What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Married to Medicine, you guys. Season 10, episode number 4, and this episode is titled Revenge of the Bride. Now, before we go ahead and get into this episode, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of Married to Medicine, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode, I will say for me, it wasn't a whole lot because it was really the wedding of Letitia and Dr. G. Now, we opened the episode up and we see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly. So they went over to Phaedra's home. Now, Dr. Heavenly, can we talk about something real quick? You ain't got nobody's room to talk about nobody's house decor. Now, does Phaedra's house look a little gaudy? Yes. But it wasn't the worst house that I've ever saw in my life on reality TV. I'll give that credit to Amara La Negra from Love and Hip Hop Miami. But they went over to her house. So they did ask her, why did you bring Quad to the pamper party? So Phaedra says that I didn't bring Quad to the pamper party. I extended an invitation to the party. She ain't got no beef with Letitia. And then she said that, you guys have been asking about her. So I just decided to invite her there. And I still think that that's so odd. And I'm still so odd that production even, because I know that it was production that was behind her coming to that woman's engagement party, not in bachelorette party. I'm wondering, with production, did they literally tell her, like, hey, so this event that you're going to is for Dr. G's fiance? If they would have told me that, I'd be like, you know what? On that note, find an all-cast event where everybody's there and it's not for that girl, because I'm not going to go up there, one, ruin her day, two, ruin my day or my mood, because if things go left, I'm going to slap her, I'm going to slap you, and I'm going to slap you, and I'm going to slap you, and I'm going to slap anybody within arm's length of my hands, right? And Phaedra's also saying she felt like it would solidify things with the group. Phaedra, go to hell. You were being messy because production told you to be messy. And so Dr. Heavenly is still being her messy self and saying that she has her concerns about the wedding. And it's like, if you have concerns about the wedding, why do you care? It's not like you are best friends with this woman. If you feel a way about it for Gregory's sake, then yeah, it's one thing. But I think you feel a way because it's this girl Letitia. I don't feel one way or the other, you guys. I've said my piece about Letitia. I'm going to stick to what I've said about Letitia, and I'm not going to switch up and change. I don't dislike Letitia. I don't know Letitia. I don't feel nothing about Letitia. I'm just watching the show and getting to know her. So on my social media, if you guys see anything from me when it comes to Letitia, the only thing you're going to see from me are shady posts, and it's really just about her style of dress. I just really want that baby to go and find some clothes that are in this century or in her generation. And she is what? Is she a Gen X? No, she's a Gen. Is she Gen Z? Whatever generation she is, I just want her to dress for her generation. That's all I want her to do, because you do dress like an older woman. No shade, no tea. Next up, you guys, we see Simone and Cecil. And so they're talking. Cecil was talking to Miles and asking Miles what he plans to do. And so Miles wants to go to a summer school, but it seems like Cecil has talked to Miles. Now, what I will say, though, what Cecil said to Miles is not a bad thing, and it's not necessarily a bad or a good thing. It depends on how you look at it, right? Because he's telling him, instead of going to summer school, to find someone in the industry to work with. And that is a good thing that you can do. So that way, while you're in, but why not find an internship while you're in school? Because that's what I did my last semester of school. My last semester, when I had taken almost all the electives that I could take, there was nothing for me to take. So I just ended up saying, you know what? let me do an internship, and that way it'll go towards credit. And that's exactly what I did my last semester. I worked an internship from January of 2013 until I so my internship, it could have extended, but I didn't want it to extend. I was ready to leave that place, but it started from January of 2013, and I ended it just before I ended it in May of 2013. So he could do that instead of having to just not take the summer classes. Take some summer classes, get some classes knocked out. That way, when you go back in the fall, you don't have that much to take. Because that's exactly what happened with me. The fall of 2013, I didn't have that many classes. I think I only took 4 classes because I graduated it. Because that's what I did. I did a lot of classes in the spring. That spring semester, and then the summer I took what I could take in the summer, and then come the fall. Actually, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I took all of my classes in the spring, and then I took some classes in the summer. So that way I didn't have to go the fall of 2013 because I graduated in the summer of 2013. That's what it was. So he could do that. And, at this point, he has been in college almost 5 years. And, when Simone said that, I was like, so was I have no shame in my game. The reason why I was in college for 5 years is because I took off. I took a whole gap year. Now, when I was in school, it wasn't called a gap. I didn't know what a gap year was. I just knew that I took off for a whole semester. And so when I took that semester off, came back, went hard in the paint, graduated. And basically at this point, Simone is telling him, like, you need to figure out what you're going to do because you're going into year number 5. And if you go another year and don't graduate, then you footing the bill. And I wasn't upset about that. I wasn't upset about that because you do want to instill some kind of values in him. And I'm okay with that. Let me know what you guys think and feel in the comment section below, you guys. We'll pause here and we'll move forward. All right, you guys. So the bottom half of this episode, it literally consisted of Letitia and Dr. Gregory's wedding. So at this point, it was 24 hours to the wedding. We did the wedding rehearsal, and baby, when I saw Letitia's mama and daddy, I was looking at them, and I was looking at Dr. G, and I looked back at her mama and daddy, and more specifically her daddy, and I looked at Dr. G, I looked at her daddy. I was like, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. G is older than her parents. And she confirmed it and solidified that, yes, he is 5 years older than her mama, or 5 months. 5 months or 5 years, one of the two. He is older than her mama. And then I looked at her daddy. I'm like, I'm assuming he older than your daddy too, because your daddy don't look that young. I mean, he don't look that old, but he don't look that young either. Your daddy look like he could be a good 45, maybe 49. I don't think that if he is in his 50s, he looks pretty good for his 50s. But your daddy is young. I'm wondering if her parents had her very young, because she is 31 years old. Like, girl, because I was looking at her daddy. I'm like, yeah, I think Dr. G is older than your parents. Her daddy is fine with the wedding. At first, her mama wasn't, but she's on board. I'm like, I bet y'all see dollar signs, dollar bills. Like, the fuck? Now, child, here's the thing that I didn't catch last week. The wedding planner. Where did they dig Johnny up from? You guys remember Johnny from season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? The one that was suing Candy, the one that Phaedra did that terrible ass math to say maybe he was getting paid, what, $2 or $3 an hour for what he was doing. Johnny. Another thing with you, Johnny, that suit jacket that you had on, my friend, it was way too little for you, because when you button that bitch up, one of them buttons that they were about to pop the fuck off. I got ahead of myself, but I just had to put that out there. Johnny, that button, that suit, you need to go up a size and get the biggest size. If you got a large, go next time and get an extra large, because that shit didn't fit you whatsoever. And so they were talking about the extra expenses that they've incurred, and Letitia let Dr. Gregory know that at the bachelorette party that Phaedra had invited Quad. So he went and called Phaedra to ask Phaedra, like, why did you do that? And she was like, there's no issue with her and Sweet Tea, and and the other girls have been asking about her. Then why do you plan a separate event for the girls to see? Now I know with this being a reality show, and this is a show that they're both main cast members on, there's gonna come a point where they're gonna film in the same events together, right? And that's fine. I wonder what's gonna happen because you guys know, Married to Medicine, every season they take a cast trip, and it's a couples cast trip, and the men go with them. So I wonder what that's gonna be like this season with Letitia, Dr. Gregory, and Quad all on the same trip together. I think that's gonna be a recipe for disaster. Just my thoughts and my opinions. I don't know if it's gonna go that well, but we will see how it goes. Like, I am very interested and very curious to see how the fuck this plays out. But yeah, you guys, please let me know what your thoughts and opinions are about that. Um, Phaedra's full of shit. Let's just keep it a buck. I like how Dr. Simone said later in her interview in the episode that if they invited Apollo, is he married to that girl Shireen, or are they still engaged? If anybody, Phaedra had an issue about that. I remember that. I can't remember which season it was, but Phaedra didn't like that because I don't think she liked the fact that the girls were around that woman. Because didn't they? Yes, that is exactly what happened. When they opened up OLG, Todd invited Shireen to OLG, and Phaedra did not like that. So Phaedra, you full of shit, but it's Phaedra we're talking about, so it's not a shock. It's not surprising. It is Phaedra Parks that I'm talking about. Phaedra fucking Parks, a fraud, a fraud, a fraud. Let's pause here, you guys, and wrap up the episode. All right, you guys. So it's the day of the wedding, and it's also Toya's birthday. Now, I'm sorry, Toya, you better than me. Ain't no way in the hell I would have went to this wedding on my birthday. I would have been like, I'll be there in spirit, because today is my birthday, and it's all about me today. Like you, Letitia, but yeah, this is all about me. But I know it's a cast event, so they had to go, right? Like I said a few minutes ago, I really do feel like her family saw dollar bills because what the fuck? What the fuck? And again, like I said, Dr. G is older than her parents. So you getting somebody that's damn near close to pawpaw age. Yikes. But it is what it is. If she likes it, I love it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And once again, like I said, I'm not judging what she does, who she does. If she is happy and, in love with Dr. G, congratulations to you, sis. I'm not judging you for, being with the man for his money. I ain't judging you for being with the old ass nigga. I ain't judging you for none of that stuff. What I am questioning though is, sis, how are you able to have sex with Dr. G? I'm so sorry. How are you able to have sex with him? Because that voice is like, it's worse than nails on a chalkboard, in my personal opinion. There's just no way that Dr. G would make if I was a woman, Dr. G wouldn't make anything wet on me. Not even my tongue. Not my tongue, not my only thing that Dr. G would literally probably make wet on me if I was a woman would be my eyes, because I would be crying. Like, God damn it, I married this old ass nigga. He's nice, but his voice is so annoying and I have to have sex with this every night. Like, no, Lord, I just wanted the money. That would be me. Like, I would literally be crying because I just wanted the money, Lord. And I got to sit here and listen to this. When you calling him home, Lord? Like, that would be my thinking. When are you calling him home? Save me from this hell that I'm in, dear Lord. That would be me. That would be me. Dr. Jackie, my girl. Y'all know how I feel about Dr. Jackie. Y'all know I like Dr. Jackie, but Dr. Jackie, sis, let's have a conversation. Mano y mano. What the fuck is Curtis doing in the DR? This is the second time that you have said that Curtis is in the Dominican Republic doing some business. Dr. Jackie, do you remember what happened a few seasons ago in the off season when y'all weren't filming, when that motherfucker had his big, tall, lanky ass in a fucking airport with another woman, and y'all were not divorced at the time? But You know what, Dr. Jackie, girl, if you like it, I love it. I really don't, because I will make a flight to Atlanta if anything negative comes out that Curtis is in the Dominican Republic with another bitch. I'm gonna come down there and be ready to go upside his, because he's taller than I am. So what am I gonna be going up beside him? I'm gonna be going. You know what? Since he's taller than me, I got a good vantage point toward his nuts, and I'm just gonna go pop right in the nuts, bitch. Just hit that hoe right in the nuts, and when that hoe go on the ground, pop, 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 pop. Just bash his face in. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me find out if there's anything bad's going on Curtis. Like I said, motherfucker, I'm gonna hop on a plane to Atlanta. I'm gonna punch you right smack dead in your nuts. I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna hit you dead in the nuts. Then once you down on the ground in agony, I'm just gonna get on top of you and just wham, 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 wham. Like, no, absolutely not. Phaedra, once again, a lie don't care who the fuck tell it. Girl, I thought you met Apollo after he got out of prison, but now you sitting here saying that you met Apollo, y'all were together when you were in the 12th grade. Phaedra, Phaedra, Phaedra. This is why I didn't want Phaedra on this show, because all Phaedra is stunts and shows and bullshit and lies. That's all we get from Phaedra. I don't know anything real about Phaedra, besides the fact that her middle name is Creonta. That is the only thing I know real about Phaedra and her sons. Speaking of her sons, we saw little Dylan, or was it Aiden? Whichever one. It was the oldest one. I was like, oh my God, he has gotten so big. I wonder if she's gonna mention Apollo. I wonder. Because I do know that with Apollo and his again, somebody let me. Well, you know what? They were on this show, Couples Retreat, right? Are they married or are they still engaged? Is the question. Y'all know how Thursday. I think that they both the Thursday to be on reality TV, and I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? If Phaedra comes back for season 11, bravo. If y'all take this idea, I need credit for it. Keep Phaedra on her toes. To keep Phaedra on her fucking toes, bring on Apollo and Shireen. Offer them a contract. The same way y'all offered Letitia and Dr. G a contract, get them a contract. I don't know how y'all can incorporate them, since this is technically Married to Medicine and they are not married to medicine. But how y'all can incorporate it is, oh God, I don't know. I want to keep Phaedra on her toes, though. I really do. I really want to keep her on her toes. That's all I want to do, is keep that woman on her toes. So the wedding, it was a nice wedding. I was kind of with, was it Cecil who was talking about that wedding, where you met the wedding party? I have never saw a program. I don't think I ever saw. I mean, do they have programs at weddings? I don't think I've ever saw a program at a wedding. It was very much so given funeral, but it is what it is. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon showed up, right? And when they got there, the guy at the front door was like, pump the brakes. Where are you going? We're going in. No, you're not, because you're not on the list. It very much so reminded me of season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Sheree had that party and Nene and Kim showed up and Nene's name was not on the list. That's what it reminded me of. I cracked up laughing. Danny, our name ain't on the list. And, Letitia said in her interview, the reason why she had Heavenly's name taken off the list was because her bridesmaid, shout out to Nene, her bridesmaid had told her the shit that Heavenly was saying about her and her marriage. And I know people on social media was upset, like she shouldn't have, she should have said something to her in the moment. She should have did this. She should have done that. She da 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 da. I honestly feel like, and this is no shade to anybody, but I do feel like a lot of people want to have an issue with Letitia just because y'all don't like her for God knows what reason. We are 4 episodes in. This woman ain't done nothing to nobody at this point. So I don't understand where a lot of people have an issue with the woman. I'm still fucking confused. I don't get it. It feels like a lot of people have an issue with her because y'all like Quad. That's what it gives to me. I'm just saying, that's my observation. Because for me, she ain't done nothing, and she ain't done shit, and I don't feel no type of way about the woman. I I don't. Only thing I want her to do is upgrade them fashions. But I feel like if she returns for season 11, her second season, I feel like she'll come back with better fashions, better wigs, better everything. But as of right now, she's not as like Letitia is not annoying, whereas on Potomac, Ineka is annoying as fuck, and I don't like Ineka. But with Letitia, she ain't done nothing. I don't get it. I don't get. I know people probably have an issue with her being a gold digger, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Girl, dig that, dig that, dig that, dig. Just keep digging for that gold, and don't stop until you get it. I don't feel no type of way. I really don't feel any type of way. At the end of the day, look, Heavenly and Dr. Damon Daddy got into the wedding, and one thing that I will say, Letitia, Kanisha, and they got another sister. Baby, when I saw that other sister's name on that screen, I was like, what the fuck is that? How the fuck do you pronounce that? I was like, that is a problem with us as black people. I know we'd like to try to give our kids different and original names, but we also set our kids back by doing dumb shit like that. We also set our children back by doing things like that. Now, what I will say, I have saw some white people who do have some ghetto black names, right? But more times than not, we as black people definitely set our kids up for failure by giving them names that one people can't pronounce. And I'm not talking about traditional African names or anything like that. I am talking about the motherfucking names that we make up in our heads. Like so yeah. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And into the next one, stay safe. Take care of yourself, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.